Hey guys, Dr Kahu here and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a new what if that I actually created on my stream a while ago, and that is what if GT Goku got sent to the past, part 1. Now as usual guys, if you guys can please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, leave the bell notification on so you guys can be the first to get my new content, and of course guys, if you'd like to join me on Discord, I'll leave the link in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste it on Discord, add me, and if it's still pending, I actually add you at around probably like 8:30 PM New Zealand Standard Times, or in the morning when I'm doing my editing, okay guys? And not only that guys, I appreciate you guys all following my streams. Bear in mind that this is how the routine's going to go again, just to reiterate. Monday to Wednesday, that's a Naruto what ifs. Tuesday to Thursday, the Dragon Ball Z what ifs. And Friday is either a wild card or lightning round or one shot what if, or a recap of an old video, which I'll probably get into a routine of allowing you guys to vote. And on that guys, stay tuned to when I will be progressing up to Black Clover what ifs soon. Actually get into the series, and after that probably My Hero Academia, okay? And on that guys, once I get my other channel up and running, I hope you guys all follow that too, Dr Kahu movie what ifs. And yeah, without further ado guys, let's get into this new what if that I created, and that is what if GT Goku got sent to the past, part 1. Now let's begin. Now our story is going to start late in the GT series. Now if you haven't seen Dragon Ball GT, I suggest you watch it, or just listen to the stories anyway. GT is a storyline which takes place 10 years after the Buu saga, okay? And what ends up happening is from there, a lot of situations go down, but one defining incident happens when the Pilaf gang use the Black Star Dragon Balls, that's the Black Star Shenron, which is also known as Ultimate Shenron. He is far more powerful than the original Shenron, and his wishes are really dangerous. Now the Pilaf gang wishes to be young, and so they all turn young. Goku also turned young. But what ends up going down is because Goku gets reverted back into a young man's body, well, a younger version of himself, he became cursed in a sense from Black Star Shenron. And after their saga ensued where they gathered the Dragon Balls to save Earth, long story short, what ends up happening at the end of the GT series, spoilers guys, the Omega Shenrons, the consequences of using the Dragon Balls too much manifest into 7 physical forms. Ultimate Omega Shenron is the most powerful of all of them. Now it takes the combined efforts of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku to at least hold Omega Shenron back until Goku used the last of his life force and his energy to make the Spiral Bomb and finally end him. And so after that, what ends up happening is what I said. Goku goes through a nexus, through space and time with Shenron after defeating Omega Shenron, and what happens is the curse of Black Star Shenron takes hold of Goku. What ends up happening is Ultimate Shenron uses what Shenron's life force to make the wish happen. Shenron can't fight it because Ultimate Shenron is way more powerful, and because Goku is tainted with some of the magic, what ends up happening is Goku gets sent back in time to the age to which his body is actually aged for. And so what happens in a flash, Goku is disconnected from the time period that he is, but so is Shenron. Shenron goes back to this time world as a stones, and Ultimate Shenron's magic has completely run out, but Goku himself, GT Goku himself, gets flung back into a brand new timeline, a timeline that doesn't actually exist but is also brand new at the same time. And so when Goku wakes up, he wakes up actually at Kame's lookout. As a young Goku looks around like, where am I? And as Goku looking around, he's actually taking all in, trying to sense everyone's power level, but he can't sense no one. And he looks at Kame and senses, and he sees Kame and Goku for himself. Feels like he's seen a ghost. Kame's looking at Goku, and he's actually quite surprised. But not only that, he can sense something powerful about this kid. Bear in mind, this is GT Goku from the future timeline, okay? Within his old body. So Goku is very powerful, and bear in mind, he also has his tail. All his Super Saiyan transformation forms, and all his memories on the future that he once had. Now Goku realizes where he's at. It takes him a while, but he realizes that he's in Kame's lookout, beginning his 3-year training with Kame. And as Goku sucks in the idea that he's actually trapped in this time period, because Bulma does not have a time machine, none of that jazz, Goku, and he knows for a fact that Shenron can't send him back, and Goku definitely not going to use a Black Star Shenron's powers, no. And so what ends up going down is Goku proceeds to kind of live the old life that he did, but in a much more direct approach. Because Goku is master of martial arts and all forms of power levels right now, Super Saiyan 4 and all that jazz, Goku proceeds to use the Rim of Spirit and Time to pass Kami's first test. What Goku does, he easily stays in there for a day. Goku, Kami seems extremely powerful. But what happens is Goku used the time to actually age his body up a little bit more. So what ends up happening is Goku trains for a while. He even trains with Kami and Mr. Popo, but mostly Kami. Kami, even though he's old, Goku just advises Kami to push himself, make himself stronger. Maybe the Dragon Balls becoming stronger, all that jazz. But Goku also asks a question upon the Black Star Dragon Balls, to which Kami replies to Goku and tells him exactly what they were created for. First, they were the original Monka, but also the danger of them. Goku understands. He goes, "Why don't you make a wish with Shenron to lock those Dragon Balls in an urn, so if they ever use and they try to scatter, they'll arrive back at the original urn from which they are used to summon." Kami looks at Goku and he thought that it wouldn't work, but sure enough, Kami thinks about the idea. And knowing that, Goku also tells Kami, do Dragon Balls actually take in negative and dark energy? Because Goku is actually prodding and probing Kami to see if he actually knows. Kami doesn't actually know. And so what happens is Goku, against his better judgment, dummy as he is, he tells Kami to read his mind fully. Goku opens his mind to Kami, and so Kami probes Goku's mind and has a massive stress attack, takes in all the information. He falls to the ground in a massive sweat. Mr. Popo rushes over. "Kami, are you alright?" He gets up and looks at Goku. Kami understands what he needs to do. Now the best thing to purge negative energy and dark energy is the Ultra Divine Water, but the Supreme Kai version, the one where it's way more powerful. Or just a more powerful version to Korin's one or the other. They purge negative energy, I guess. And so what happens is Goku, he still continues his training. Kami understands the future, how it's all going to go down, but now that there's a brand new one, he doesn't know how things are also going to go down as well, so it's kind of confusing to him. But Goku being there, he takes the time to train, get stronger, learn more of his abilities, and he gets Kami to remove the limiter in the Rim of Spirit of Time, to which he does. And not only that, Goku also asks Kami, because he can make magic to do things, can he also use his magic abilities for it to have food in the Rim of Spirit of Time every night? Kami smiles, looks at Goku and proceeds to give it to him, because Goku is, the hero of the future, and Goku's here to help them. And so what happens is Kami believes he owes Goku a debt of gratitude for all he's done for Earth, and so what happens is he creates the Rim of Spirit of Time to accommodate Goku and all his needs, food, training, all that jazz. And so the gravity of the Rim of Spirit of Time can be increased and all that stuff, pressure, all that stuff. And so Goku begins to push himself to not his limits, but push himself as a young form for the next 2 years or 3 years, to be honest. And what goes down is, as Goku he comes to see everyone back in the tournament. He sees everyone, and they're all shocked to see Goku. Goku is quite nostalgic, seeing all his friends, Master Roshi, Krillin, all of them. Bulma kind of cracks him up, just happy to see them. And what happens is Master Roshi can tell Goku is massively powerful. Goku still got his tail, because he's not going to get rid of that. And Goku wraps it around him. What goes from here is, as the storyline progresses, this is where Goku sees Junior, Piccolo Jr., and he also sees Chi-Chi. Now what happens is, after seeing Chi-Chi and they begin to battle, Chi-Chi proposes to Goku. Well, this time Goku knows what marriage is, and without hesitating, he immediately agrees to Chi-Chi's agrees to that proposal. Chi-Chi blushes, Goku grabs her, but what happens is, when they fought though, Goku recognized her and made sure he told her, "Hey Chi-Chi." Chi-Chi was blushing, goes, "So you recognize me?" Goku goes, "Of course I do." Goku pretty much is a sly fella and understands how things could possibly go, but he chooses a different route. He still challenges Chi-Chi to a fight, or allows her to fight, but Goku would annihilate her. But what ends up happening is Chi-Chi talks to Goku and asks him, does he remember what he said to her? And Goku goes, "Oh yeah, you proposed to me, right?" And I said yes. And she blushes and she goes, "Well yeah." She gets nervous and she tries to strike Goku, but Goku smiles, and as they fight back to the floor, Goku goes, "The answer is yes though, Chi-Chi." Chi-Chi blushes and she actually get caught off guard. Goku trips her and almost drops her out the arena, but he catches her and he goes, my answer is yes. Chi-Chi blushes, everyone's watching and Goku drops Chi-Chi out of the arena so Goku can have an epic battle with Piccolo Jr. Now bear in mind, Kami still comes and still tries to convince Piccolo. He wants to see if this route will still work, and so Piccolo still deflects Kami's attack. His mouth with bar seals him, eats the jar, and it becomes Goku vs Piccolo's fight. Now Goku stands there looking at Piccolo. Piccolo believes he's still strong enough. Goku smiles and goes, this is fun. When Piccolo goes to try to attack Goku, Goku immediately appears and hits Piccolo in the gut. Goku spits out Kami's vial, which Goku catches. Piccolo sees it, what the? Goku goes, you got a lot to learn, G. Piccolo looks right at Goku like, what? Goku headbutts Piccolo right in the head. Sends him flying through into the arena. Piccolo is badly damaged. He can't do nothing. Goku goes, I'm well above you. You just can't sense my energy because I'm suppressing it. Piccolo's like just shocked that he's sweating. He can't get it. When he tries to get it, his body starts to tremble. How powerful Goku is, the difference between him and Goku. And he gets it, he doesn't want to accept it. He just can't. He can't believe that a human can be powerful than him. And then Goku appears behind Piccolo. Piccolo goes to try to attack, but Goku appears behind Piccolo again and does after him, which is that Piccolo actually gets driven crazy. But bear in mind, his body is still trembling over the fear of Goku. Goku sweeps Piccolo and pushes him into the ground, and then Goku kicks Piccolo out of the arena. Piccolo again loses, but this time he doesn't get back up because the last kick actually badly hurt him. Piccolo looks at Goku and goes, he's actually dumbfounded how different the power is. At first Piccolo shouts at Goku, I will kill you the moment I get the first chance I get, I will kill you. Goku goes, you have such a waste. Goku shows a tiny bit of his energy, Now, I'm just going to give you a power scaling, how powerful GT Goku is, and what I take from the consideration. Now, in the storyline, GT Goku, as a kid, without Super Saiyan, was easily stronger than Gohan and Goten Super Saiyan forms. And I know that Goku is really, really powerful. Like, he's so powerful in that form that some of the guys that this Goku is at least good 300, 400 times stronger than his Boo's counterpart, thanks to this 10 years of straight training. And because now he has a younger new body. Yeah, but take your guys' pick upon it. All I know is GT Goku is super broken, really broken, okay? This is just my analysis at this present time until I recheck my facts. But anyway, what happens is Goku himself is mega powerful, and so after he slightly bullies Piccolo and flexes some of his energy, Piccolo shakes in fear and understanding that Goku has such a massive power gap between themselves. Piccolo gets down on his knees and he submits to Goku, and he tells Goku he'll accept his death. But Goku goes, I'm not going to kill you. No, why? You're way too valuable. Piccolo goes, just for the Dragon Balls, then I shouldn't. Goku goes, no, not just for the Dragon Balls. You don't realize your potential, Piccolo. Goku pulls up Piccolo. Piccolo is actually quite shocked. Goku goes, you don't know what kind of potential you actually have, Piccolo. In fact, I wager you'll be one powerful warrior. If me and you work together and train, you know, I will accept your surrender if you accept my hand as a friend. Piccolo, at first his pride was about to take over, but because he's already submitted to Goku, he breathes a sigh and goes, very well, I will accept you. I'll mark my words, I will get stronger than you. And Goku goes, oh, I understand that wasn't even 1% of my true power. Piccolo looks right at Goku and he sees no bluffing in Goku's eyes. And Piccolo is just shocked. And Goku goes, you know, this world would be much more better if you trained, got stronger, took Kami's power and became the guardian after Kami himself. Piccolo smiles and goes, I don't want to be like that old fool. And he goes, we'll soon see. Goku releases Kami, and what happens is Kami is happy with the result that Goku made. Bear in mind, Kami understand that this was going to go down. He actually thought Goku would have ended Piccolo fast as, but no, Goku drew it out, so Kami was feeling slightly impatient. But what happens is Kami goes back to the lookout. Goku, goes with Chi-Chi and he marries her, and we're going to do a 5-year time skip. Now by this time, Piccolo is extremely powerful. He's been training with Goku all the time, and not only that, he's taking lessons from Kami upon Earth, but they do it mentally and telepathically when they're near each other. It took a while for Piccolo to adjust to Kami, but he did. And Kami is his teacher, teaching Piccolo everything about the powers they have. And not only that, Goku explained to Kami, Kami knows that he's a Namekian, so So Piccolo knows his history and been Namekian all their jazz from the planet Namek. And so Piccolo is curious and his mind and he's had it for a while. And so when it comes to the time when Raditz appears on Earth, Piccolo and Goku are really close friends, and Gohan sees Piccolo as his uncle. Bear in mind, this Gohan is mega powerful. I'm just gonna state because this is GT Goku's son, Gohan. So I'm gonna just give a low ball Gohan a power level of 10,000. Massive low ball. There you go. But he's innocent. Goku retains Gohan's innocent, but still prepares him. Goku senses Gohan's massive potential. And so what goes down is when Raditz lands on Earth, what ends up happening is his scouter picks up a powerful power level, which is 10,000, which shocks Raditz to his core, to the point where he's afraid to approach just in case it's actually his brother, and he doesn't know how his brother will react to him. Raditz sees humans everywhere, so he realizes his brother hasn't destroyed the world. So what ends up going down is Raditz calls in help to Vegeta and Nappa, stating that he believes he's found his brother. His brother has a power level of 10,000, and too much for him to handle. Vegeta he goes, sounds like you're scared there, Raditz. Raditz goes, Vegeta, and goes, tell you what, Raditz, you weakling, you better hurry up and go see if that's your brother, because if that is your brother, you better make sure that he's not an actual Saiyan like we are. You'll be dead, he'll take your spot immediately as one of my main guards. Raditz is shocked and scared. Do this now, Raditz. Raditz flies on, and because Vegeta tells him, Raditz leaves the scouter activated. And so as Raditz gets closer to Kame's beach, he gets there, and what happens is, in Kame Island, Master Roshi's island, what happens when he gets down there, he notices his brother with his tail, because his brother looks exactly like his dad. And what happens, everyone's there, Gohan's there as well, Satan with Turtle, and what happens is Raditz sees his brother, and when he goes to scan Goku, what happens is his power level pretty much can't be read by the scouter. Goku's power is just extremely powerful. And Raditz like, you can't explain it. What is that power level? And then what happens is the scouter immediately scans Gohan. When the scouter picks up the Gohan has a power level of resting power of 10,000, this blows Raditz's mind. You can't believe that this child here is the 10,000 power level. Then how powerful is Kakarot? Why can't the scouter pick up his power level? And Vegeta and Nappa laugh at Raditz for a bit until they realize it's true. This power level is his. And Goku goes, yo, welcome. Raditz looks at him and goes, do you know who I am? And he goes, judging by your hair, your height, your tail, and that nifty scouter that you're wearing, I'm saying you're a Saiyan warrior. And if I was to do something else even, I would say that me and you are brothers. Raditz looks at Goku and goes, so you remember who we are then, Kakarot? And Goku goes, in a manner, yes. Welcome, brother. Goku stands there with all the information he knows from the future, from his past anyway. Goku stands there, looks at him, but he's interested to see how this time period will go with keeping his brother alive, Goku, swat him like a fly, like he's nothing. And so, son, so this begs the question, how beneficial will the series be with Raditz? And so Goku states there, oh, this the power level you're reading, it is my son's. He has no control he has no ability to actually suppress his power right now, but eventually he will. And Vegeta speaking in the background, suppressing power. Are you saying your power is greater than that of the child Kakarot? And so Raditz relays the same exact message to Goku. And Goku goes, oh yeah, I'm far superior than my son. But doesn't mean my son doesn't have the potential. He has such a high power level for a young kid. I didn't even have the power level that close. Raditz is weaker than my son. And Raditz is shocked. And Goku goes, tell you what, the only way you guys can possibly get this strong so fast is using the Dragon Balls. But hey, you guys have no clue upon how to do things, so what's up? And Vegeta looks like it, listens to Goku and goes, this low class Saiyan thinks he can talk like this. And Goku goes, tell you what, Vegeta, come to Earth and test your power against me and see how strong you really are. Who knows? You may find out something that you might buzz out at. Might change your world, Vegeta. As Vegeta and Goku takes off Raditz's scale without him seeing, and he turns it off and chucks to the Bulma to which he deciphers it. And so what happens is Goku looks at Raditz and goes, you don't need it no more. You hear, brother? Goku immediately powers up. He goes, you can't sense his energy, but I'm far above my son. Just to prove that I'm more powerful than Vegeta and Raditz, I will show you my power to one of my true forms. Goku explodes the Super Saiyan right in front of Raditz and goes, "This is Super Saiyan, brother, the legend of old." Raditz is shocked and Goku goes, "I wouldn't have achieved this power without having the connection to the loved ones that I have." And Raditz looks at Goku powers down and goes, "You can achieve this power one day too, brother. But you need to at least change your ways. Learn from my side to learn this world. Learn this people. Come meet my son, Make my friends your friends. Get to know the world." And Raditz at first, he's just shocked and utterly unnerved that his brother is a legendary Super Saiyan. But then he's also happy at the same time too. Maybe his brother can finally protect him against Vegeta and take out, Frieza as well. And so it goes down as Vegeta and Nappa hear about the Dragon Balls to wish them to get stronger. Vegeta thinks to use them to make him immortal. Frieza hears this and he also thinks about this. And so as Vegeta and them take their year to travel to Earth, what ended up going down is Goku trains Raditz all the time with Piccolo, and they train all the time. Even Gohan trains as well. Now bear in mind, a lot has changed with Goku's household. For 1 year he spent the normal farm life Goku that we know in canon. But what ends up happening is this Goku doesn't want to waste all his time on a farm. Instead he wants to hang with his family, his son, and train, and he wants them to live good lives. So Goku realizes one way to make himself rich. He grabs his old ship that was crashed landed at the back of Mount Paozu. He flies it to young Bulma. He tells Bulma, "Hey Bulma," and tells Bulma everything, that there's a ship that he came into from planet Vegeta, blah blah blah, explains everything, and as the storyline progresses, Bulma begins to believe Goku. What child has a tail, Who turns into a giant ape? All that jazz. And so Dr. Breeze and Bulma begin to break the ship down, and Bulma goes, "So what are you looking for, Goku?" And try to think about something, but Goku goes, "I'll just take the royalties." Goku tells, he goes, 30%. At first, Bulma scoffs at how high the percentage of how much royalties Goku will take, because they'll be the one breaking the technology down and building everything from scratch. Well, Dr. Breeze goes, "Seems like a fair deal. How about 40%? Bulma's like, "What, Dad?" And he goes, "Not every day you get an alien ship, Bulma. And not only that, the technology and the things we can create with this is just outstanding. What's money in the way of science?" Bulma agrees with their dad, and so what happens is they do a 40%. Goku gets 40% of the royalties, so 40% of $1, pretty much, or every dollar they make. And so as Bulma and them start to make their ships and become world known for their ships, Goku becomes really rich, and so their family living the high life, in the sense where they don't need to worry about farming. Goku spends his time with Chi-Chi. Gohan has good tutors, but also Gohan does a lot of wander around the world and train with Goku and Piccolo as well. Because Chi-Chi allows this, because Gohan's still smart. And so what happens is Raditz acclimates to his life with his in-laws and his new surroundings. He's still the bad man at Raditz, but he knows his brother can kill him just with the blink of an eye. And so for the next years, Goku also has a gravity chamber which he asked Bulma and Dr. Breeze to create, and they did create it. And now the gravity chamber that Goku has is at 400 times. Bulma already has the technology in her base. She didn't know why Goku told her to do that, as if he was going to visit, but Goku says it'll be important. And so what goes down is Goku, Raditz, Piccolo and Gohan train for the whole year until Vegeta and Nappa arrive. When Vegeta and Nappa arrive, Goku just feels happy that he's inside his adult body, and he can feel his true power starting to flow, getting stronger and getting stronger. And when Goku looks at his brother Raditz, he's quite impressed at how far he's gone. Raditz has become really powerful. In fact, even though Piccolo's been training long with Goku, Raditz has overtaken Piccolo in power. And because Gohan's naturally more powerful, he's stronger than Piccolo as well. But what happens is Gohan don't fight. Instead, he just sits as a bystander with Krillin. And Piccolo at first was going to fight, but what happens is Goku tells him to step back. But if he wants, he can fight Nappa. And so Piccolo agrees. He goes to fight. He goes to fight Nappa. And what goes on is Goku taunts Vegeta for a bit, and Vegeta and them summon Cybermen. But Raditz is not happy. He kills all the Cybermen and tells Nappa he'll fight him one-on-one. Raditz takes off all the armor that he has, or the Scouter and the Frieza armor, and shows the armor that has been created by Bulma and them. it's way more durable, better. And when Raditz and Nappa begin to fight, Raditz powers up, showing a massive power level, at least 16,000. When Vegeta sees it, like, what the? No way the Raditz get this strong. When Nappa goes, Vegeta, what's the scouter saying? He goes, 16,000. Nappa's like, looks at Raditz, and Raditz goes, who's the puny one now? Smashes Nappa in the face, beats him down, beats him everywhere, and pretty much breaks him down. Badly hurts him to the point where Nappa is out for the count with a couple of strikes now. Nappa lies on the ground, and Raditz states, since you've been there for us since we were kids, I'll remember this and I won't kill you. Raditz pushes Nappa away and looks right at Vegeta. Now it's just me and you there, Vegeta. Vegeta goes, he goes, fancy moves, definitely from Kakarot. And Raditz goes, you have no idea how powerful my brother is. And he goes, but you're not going to see that. I'll defeat you easily, and I'll be your only rival. Vegeta goes, is that right? He goes, yeah, because I learned the power that you haven't yet, Vegeta. And what happens, Raditz brings the power up, and Vegeta also brings power up. They bring the fight, and at first, Raditz is actually doing pretty good. But what ends up going down is Vegeta still being 2,000 level, 2,000 power level stronger. He begins to dominate Raditz, but then Raditz begins to focus, gets stronger and stronger. And what ends up happening is Raditz starts to use more of his techniques. After image orders attacks to take Vegeta. And not only that, Raditz begins to increase his power more and more because he was going to suppress some of his power. But Raditz has a power level of Vegeta. He goes 100% like Vegeta, and they begin to square off at 1800 or 18,000. And as they battle backwards and forth, Vegeta's getting frustrated to the point where they get into a beam struggle. Vegeta goes in the air and does a massive Gatling gun, and Raditz lands to the ground. He does his own double Sunday, and as both the attacks combine and clash, Raditz pushes everything he has into it, and so does Vegeta. Vegeta's power increases power to at least 24,000 when he shot the Gatling gun. So as Raditz is about to be engulfed by the double Sunday, he thinks about what his brother stated. Focus on the tail, power up, put your energy in the tail when you're powering up, and so it increases your power. So in doing so, Raditz powers up and focusing all his remaining energy onto his tail. And doing so, what ends up happening is Raditz's power begins to dramatically increase. Only briefly, Raditz's eyes opens up and his eyes turn gold, as if they were giant ape power, for a brief moment, and Raditz was able to increase his strength long enough to push Vegeta's power back, but as soon as he entered into the state, he fell out of it right away. But it was enough to push Vegeta to attack back at him and swallow him. Not kill him, but push him and hurt him badly. Raditz instantly falls out of his power mode, and his body starts to feel the fatigue immediately. On his body, he starts to shake and hits the ground. He looks right at his brother and he understands that he needs to get himself stronger with his ape form. And this is when Vegeta's had enough and he throws the moon up. The fake moon, he transforms, so does Raditz. And so does Nappa. When Nappa transforms, because he has a tail, and what I've seen in the Dragon Ball anime, despite them being beat up so badly to the point where they're unconscious, once Saiyan sees the moon, all their wounds that will happen to them repair except for scars as giant apes. So what's going to happen? Nappa's going to transform into a giant ape. And in doing so, Vegeta believes him and Nappa have the advantage because the Raditz or Goku appears. He speed busts, kicks Nappa right in the head, dropping Nappa straight onto the ground, knocking him out. When Vegeta sees this, he just can't believe that Goku just stood there. Goku immediately disappears and uppercuts Vegeta into the air, making the giant ape Vegeta leave the ground. Goku flies over his brother, hands him a senzu bean, and tells him well done. Raditz smiles, he takes the senzu bean and gains a Zenkai boost. What goes down is Raditz looks at Vegeta and Vegeta is just shocked that Goku is so much powerful. And this is when Raditz states that, first, Goku's going to state that Vegeta and them killed, Raditz going to lie and say that Vegeta and them killed Piccolo, was made the Dragon Force and Void on Earth, and so they have to go to Namek, where Piccolo comes from. What happens when they relay that, they crash the scout, and Vegeta goes, hey, what the hell do you mean? The Namekian is still alive over there. Raditz goes, I know, but we need certain situations to go in our favor if we're going to kill Frieza. And this is when this predicament there comes in there. Vegeta looks at Goku and goes, what is that thing, Kakarot? And he's still in his giant ape form. Goku walks up and goes, Have you not noticed I have a tail but I haven't transformed into a giant ape? Why is that? Raditz stood, but he's still out of energy. He's still super out of energy. Goku's floating there, looking up at the moon and looking at them. And Vegeta and them have no idea. Goku goes, because I mastered my power. I'm not a slave to artificial creation. Goku goes, this is the power you're trying to achieve, not that ape form. That's a waste of a power. Goku immediately explodes and turns Super Saiyan. This is what happens when you finally unlock Super Saiyan. He shows Vegeta and then shocks the giant ape Vegeta and Nappa. Raditz smiles and Vegeta just can't believe it. He's like, the Super Saiyan of legends. But I'm the principal of Saiyans. It should be. And Goku goes, you'll achieve it soon. Don't stop whining. And Goku powers down and goes, that's Super Saiyan. And if you're ever going to use your transformation like you do Vegeta, do this. Goku allows himself to partially transforms and then explodes into a giant golden ape for a brief moment and reforms into a smaller compressed version. But Goku with red fur over his entire body, he's in Super Saiyan form. Goku goes, this is the true power of the Super Saiyan. When we combine our transformation with our Super Saiyan form, we have this. Vegeta is just baffled. Goku, this is our true power, Vegeta, what we can achieve, pushing ourselves, even our ape forms. And so Vegeta kind of submits to Goku. Goku destroys the Many Moon, transforms back into the normal base form. And Vegeta and them will stay on Earth. Now bear in mind, Bulma and them have to build a big enough ship to accommodate Vegeta, Goku, Nappa, Raditz, and Gohan and Bulma. But what happens if Vegeta didn't want to stay with Goku and them? And unfortunately, now the Nappa's pride was hurt being beaten by Raditz so easily. Vegeta's just baffled seeing Goku as a Super Saiyan. And that the legends are true, and that Kakarot has the power to kill Frieza. Vegeta, over the period of time of 4 months, say full month, Vegeta tries his best to try to convince Goku to help him plead this case to join him, but Goku goes, nah, how about you join me on this planet? There's more pros than there's cons, Vegeta, trust me. And Vegeta slowly begins to work on Vegeta. And so, as the ship was done by Dr. Briefs, this is relative to the time when Bulma and the ship left. But a good 3 weeks ago, this is where the canon starts. What happens is when Goku and them leave on the ship, Goku, Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, Gohan, and Piccolo with Bulma down the stairs. What ends up going down is they will begin the train to get stronger and stronger and stronger in 150 times gravity. Bear in mind, Bulma's in a room in an area of the ship where it's not affected by the enhanced gravity. It stays at a permanent 0.9 gravity of the real gravity. So 0.1 off the real weight helps out, you know. And so what happens is over their 6 days or 8 days journey from Earth to Namek on the ship, they arrive there roughly around the time that Bulma, Krillin, Gohan, and Mintu and Cannon. When they get there, Goku's buzzing out how beautiful Namek is. Goku looks at Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa, and they all know what they need to do. They all fly around inconspicuously looking for the Dragon Balls. Gohan himself takes Bulma to a cave, and then Gohan goes on a mission with his dad. Now, the story slightly unfolds with Goku with Gohan, but Goku stays hidden. What happens is Gohan confronts Frieza, Dodoria, and Zarbon, kicks Dodoria right in the face. Gohan grabs, then they rush off. Now, because no one did solar flare, they're able to see Gohan. Frieza tries to aim, but he tells instead Dodoria to go grab Gohan. And so when Gohan's flying away, Dodoria tries to track him down. What ends up happening is Gohan stops. He stops acting helpless. He powers up, instantly hits Dodoria in the gut to the point where he makes Dodoria black out. And what happens is, because Gohan's been with Vegeta and them for so long, he tells Gohan not to be weak and leave them alive. And so what happens is Dodoria gets killed immediately by Gohan. And this would affect the story, not because Gohan's turned bad, but he does what's necessary. He's a smart boy. And so what goes down is, after Goku is securing Dragon Balls like Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz, what ends up going down is Goku is actually contacted by Guru. And Goku gets his potential unlocked, and not only that, Guru gives Goku the Dragon Ball. And not only that, he tells Goku that that he appreciates all he has done for the Namekians of his timeline, and he hopes that with Goku's help that we Namekians can become safe. And Goku states, well, here's an idea. Instead of allowing Namek to blow up this time, what I want to do is use the Earth Dragon Balls to teleport you to a protected area in space, so No one knows how to get to New Namek. What do you say? Guru likes the idea. And what goes down is Guru exchanges knowledge to Piccolo, because Piccolo also goes with Goku as well. And he gets his potential unlocked, and he gets more knowledge upon how Dragon Balls work. He gains the ability to heal thanks to Guru and all that jazz. So Piccolo is much more powerful than Canon, way more. And so what goes down is Goku still needs Piccolo nails to fuse to complete the Piccolo that once is. And Guru also agrees. So what happens is before they leave, Nail fuses with Piccolo, and they become really strong. Frieza's Scouter picks it up, and he's immediately the Scouters didn't break this time, so they immediately call the Ginyu Force, and the Ginyu Force leave from Yardred, and they hit the Earth. I hit the Namek, I mean. This is where Goku tells Gohan to take Bulma and go, and tells Nappa to also tells Nappa, Raditz, Vegeta to go, but they don't want to go. Gohan goes with Piccolo, of course. After Piccolo absorbs Nails, Piccolo wants to stay with Goku, asks Piccolo to look up to Gohan, and because Piccolo does, he looks up to Gohan and Bulma. Now what goes down is when Goku and them are about to face off against the Ginyu Force, Goku smiles and finds out how massively nostalgic he is. He don't remember this four-eyed guy, but he knows that he was in the beginning, so he must have been somewhat important. Goku remembers Raccoon, and Goku remarks on how much the Ginyu Force kind of annoy him and remind him of the Great Saiyan Man. And Goku cracks up and goes, "This is where Gohan got it. The Great Saiyan Man came from this interaction." Goku looks back and he made sure that Gohan did not see the Ginyu Force, so he doesn't make the Great Saiyan Man like that. And so Gohan goes without seeing them. Now what ends up going is Vegeta wants to destroy them all, but Goku goes, he just tells them, "We don't have time for this." He immediately appears. Goku is about to hit Guldo, but Guldo freezes time around Goku. Goku's like, "What the?" Goku flicks his key and breaks the hold that Guldo has immediately, and as Goku is about to attack, but Vegeta shoots a blast that kills Guldo immediately. When Goku looks at Vegeta, Vegeta's like, "What? He hit you in the time freeze, come on." Vegeta was forward and he goes, "Well, come on, Raccoon, you big buffoon. Let's fight. Even you, Chase and Berta, come challenge me, you lackeys of Frieza." They look at Vegeta and they take his goading on them, and what happens, they rush in and try to attack Vegeta. Vegeta smiles and disappears and beats them all up with nothing. Bear in mind, Vegeta has the biggest Zenkai out of everyone besides Gohan's natural potential. And so what happens is Vegeta's way stronger, to the point where Vegeta decimates Chase, Bird and Raccoon, and without warning kills them. And so Ginyu has to do the unthinkable. He fights Vegeta and they fight to maximum. Vegeta shows that he's actually stronger than Ginyu. He has a power level of 300,000, and so Ginyu gets angry until he hurts himself and changes his body. When Goku sees this technique, Goku instantly begins to beat down on Vegeta, Ginyu's body. And so happens as Goku smashes him down to a point where he's almost dead. Like, tries to change the Goku instant transmission, Ginyu Vegeta's body, or Vegeta Ginyu's body, and they swap back into their original bodies. Vegeta's on the ground in the sense of like catatonic state or coma state, you know. And so, as Vegeta's lying there, Goku immediately looks at Ginyu and stated that he would have been a very good worthy foe or a good sparring partner, but realizes he's a waste of time. Goku lifts up his head and annihilates Ginyu on the spot. So all the Ginyu forces are gone. Goku and them go on, and what happens, he takes Dende to grab the Dragon Balls. They make the wish, but what happens is Vegeta and them looking at what kind of wish does Kakarot want. Goku first thought of a selfish wish, but instead what he did was he wished for all the Namekians that were killed in the invasions of Frieza's force to be revived, and so and all the damage is rebuilt. That was one wish, and they thanked what's it called, Goku for that, and they asked for a second wish. This is when Goku looks up properly, and he goes, this will be much more better. He wishes for Kami to be within a young body. So he made Kami young again, which basically blows Kami's mind, and and Porunga says yes. And when the third wish is about to begin, Goku tells Porunga, Dende tell Porunga really quickly to make Guru young again, young and healthy as well. And so what happens is when Porunga does that, what happens is the Dragon Balls fly up and they turn to stone, and everyone believes they fail, but Guru contacts them, being that he's very young now. in the younger body and more useful in this time period. Guru looks at himself and he thanks Goku. And Goku smiles. What ends up happening is when Frieza arrives, he's so angry that Vegeta doesn't want to challenge him, but Raditz states it's pointless. We're nowhere near his power level yet. And Vegeta goes, we can just get stronger. And Goku goes, you guys can get stronger. If Frieza went 100% now, he'll kill you, all three of you, without a second thought. And Goku goes, And the picture, back in the days, back in another time that I can't explain, but what happened is, this fight here would have been fun, but this is no fun at all. Goku tells Frieza, transform into all his forms. Pointless, you're not going to beat him. Frieza goes try to land a punch at Goku, but Goku closes his eyes and Frieza's hands pretty much injured himself punching Goku's body. To the point where Goku flexes his ki, sends Frieza flying. He hits the wall, he looks at Goku like, what the? And Vegeta was shocked to see Goku's power, but Vegeta understands that Goku is like the legendary Super Saiyan. And so what goes down is Frieza powers up to a second form. He begins to slow punch at Goku again, still doesn't make Goku move. Goku flexes his ki to make pretty much paralyzes Frieza. He knees a Frieza on the gut and he spins around, uses his tail to smack Frieza down. When Frieza hits the ground, he gets up out of its crater, all the dust spinning around. And what goes down to Frieza looks at Goku. And instead of powering up in the third form, he powers up to his final form. And he goes, now you'll see, the Galactic Emperor has to show his true self against you. You're a worthy fighter there, Saiyan. But no matter, you're still a stupid monkey. Frieza rushes Goku, and his final form tries to hit Goku, but Goku's body still doesn't move. He allows Frieza to go put more energy to the point when Frieza almost goes 100% off the bat. Then when he goes near 100%, Goku speed butts Frieza, he headbutts him in the head, and then kicks Frieza in the air. Goku rushes Frieza and headbutts him again, stopping him in place. Goku just makes Frieza realize that he goes way above him. And as Frieza falls down from him, hitting a massive stone wall, what ends up going down, Goku appears out of nowhere, grabs Frieza's foot and slams him into the ground. Goku grabs Frieza's tail and begins to throw him through mountains. Vegeta is shocked, and then Goku throws Frieza at Vegeta and them. And Goku goes, this one and only time, Brother Raditz. Vegeta, Nappa. They look at Goku and he goes, your one and only chance to get your revenge on Frieza. Goku turns his back on him. Frieza looks at them and all the anger, all the rage that built up with all of them when it came to Frieza. Every single one of them, they all have their hatred to Frieza. To the point where it boils over, not when they become a Super Saiyan, but they start to power up even more. Their rage power boosting them. And with Frieza pretty much crippled, Vegeta, Raditz and Nappa all agree that they should end them together. And so what happens is Vegeta kicks Frieza on the face, and before Frieza leaves the ground, Vegeta goes, hey Frieza, you're alright, the Super Saiyan doesn't exist and it's Kakarot. He didn't really try to touch you. Frieza gets angry, Vegeta kicks him in the air. And what goes down is all three of them together do a unified attack. What's called Nappa does a massive eruption cannon, Vegeta does a Gunny gun, and Raditz does double sundown when all their attacks are combined and they hit Frieza. Their combined attacks, so all three of them were able to kill Frieza. But they what happened to their perspective, but they only pushed Frieza in space. Frieza had enough energy to repel all three of them attacks, but he's dead. He's injured now. As Frieza is practically incapacitated and he has to get rescue from his dad, Goku states to everyone to jump back onto the ship with Bulma, and I'll see them soon. Vegeta goes, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to go visit someone. And Vegeta them leave, and so what happens is Goku jumps on the ship that what's it called, the Ginyu Force had, and he goes straight to Yardred. This is where he appears and he talks to the Yardranian Pybrara, and he actually understands Goku's predicament and teaches him everything. But he puts Goku through more rigorous situations, so Goku has to learn how to utilize his abilities completely different to just physical. And so what goes down is, as Goku begins to master spiritual control, he gains a newfound perspective of the power, to the point where instant transmission becomes part of his movement. He doesn't need to place his hand on his head, he just moves that fast now. His ki can be projected that quickly. Goku can also use spirit fusion on the ground, and manipulation and healing abilities. So Goku is really broken right now in his advanced telepathic abilities. And so as Goku finishes up, everyone is so much more powerful. Vegeta and them all have achieved Super Saiyan on Earth. Gohan achieved it when he thought his dad died. And the only thing there, but Goku arrives back on Earth 6 months later. From Namek, Vegeta had grown accustomed to the life of living with Bulma, finding all the technology have everything useful. Now what happens is Raditz and Nappa, they do their own thing. To be honest, Raditz travels the world, but he still goes back to Mount Palsy where Goku will live, because that's his brother's home and he wants to see his nephew. But Nappa, he goes on his own soul searching to figure out who he is, what he can do and all that jazz. And so what goes down is, when Goku arrives, they sense Goku's power. Vegeta is the first to show Goku that he's Super Saiyan, he can go Super Saiyan. And so does Raditz, Nappa, briefly, and Gohan can as well. When Goku looks at them, he's quite surprised and happy for all of them that they can achieve this power. Now what happens is, they all begin to train. Goku tells them now it's time for them to learn new abilities, like instant transmission, spiritual control. And so Goku puts them through the same training, mediocre version, then Pybar's version. And as Goku puts them through their training, what happens is 6 months later, and Vegeta has learned instant transmission, and he's learned how to at least utilize spirit vision. Now bear in mind this is Goku teaching them, not Pybar from the Yadred. So they learn a little bit slower. But what ends up going down is King Cold arrives with Frieza's body. Also bear in mind, within the 6 month time gap, Goku used the Dragon Balls to teleport old Namek to a new location, and they rename it New Namek. And so what happens is, the Namek and Dragon Balls, along with Namek, have moved to a new position. They call their area and their planet New Namek. And so what goes down is, when King Cold arrives with his forces, Goku appears right in front of them, with Vegeta and them. Vegeta's already grown accustomed to living with Bulma, and that's his partner. Yamcha lost her a long time ago. What ends up going down is Goku looks on and he smiles in nostalgia, understanding that Trunks is about to appear. But this time Goku's not going to interfere at all. Again as well. Instead Goku's going to allow Vegeta, or whoever wants to interfere. Goku sits back. It's not about the death for him. It's about understanding now. He's gone wiser. It's not about just getting stronger than this and that. It's what's necessary. Goku knows he can get stronger and he can push it with all the resources and now the time and the memories of things. Goku can push his powers, upgrades to the max, you know. Goku's still developing powers that he thought he still couldn't, and so Goku's getting ridiculously stronger. And so when King Cold arrives with his forces, Goku immediately takes out all the forces in the blink of an eye. And King Cold and Mecha Frieza appear. Bulma looks at it and she thinks to herself, but Goku quickly understands what Bulma about to say. He looks back at her and goes, "I claim this ship, Bulma." Bulma looks right at Goku and is like, "Damn you!" Frieza's like, "What, you claim my ship?" Goku smiles, he appears, kicks Frieza right in the head, grabs Frieza and slams him into the ground. Vegeta so wants to kill Frieza, but no. Goku's turn. Goku gave them a chance, and they didn't kill him. Vegeta stays there struggling, reduces the air struggle, but it's pointless. Goku immediately beats up King Cold and throws Frieza into him. Frieza is badly hurt, and King Cold was about to power up into his final form, hypothetical final form, because you see Frieza gets badly damaged. But this is when Goku goes, "I'm not even using none of my true power." He explodes power-ups in his base form. He puts up one of his hands and destroys King Cold and Frieza. What happens is Trunks appears, sensing Goku's power. And as he looks, he's about to explain everything, but Goku brushes him and goes, "Hey Trunks, I understand your time travel and all that jazz. I know that for a fact. I know you come back with the heart medicine, which I will still take, but I'll sell it to your grandfather to manufacture more." Trunks looks at Goku and goes, "How do you?" Goku goes, "I'm a time traveler as well, but through the spiritual kind. My physical and spiritual energies merge in my body from the past, and here I am from the future and the past." Trunks is shocked and goes, "This didn't happen in this timeline." And Goku goes, "A lot of things didn't happen in your timeline, truly, Trunks, but not to worry, everything's fine. This time period here, I'll ensure its safety. I can promise you that." Trunks thanks Goku and he heads off back to his time period. As Goku explains to androids, Goku actually finds the location of Dr. Gero's base, and actually he didn't destroy it, but he pretty much takes the Dr. Gero, takes 17, 18 and 16 pods, destroys Cell's area, takes all the information about the androids to Bulma's lab, and Bulma reprograms and reactivates them. And not only that, thanks to the schematics and the information that Goku gathered from Dr. Gero's head, as a machine part. He connects to the Bulma's machine, and she figures out how to do everything to the androids to help better themselves and remove away their weaknesses that he has made for them. So even if they got absorbed by Cell, they wouldn't give him the upgrade anymore. She's changed her, and Cell will still go after them, but it won't be the same. And so 16, 17, 18 get reprogrammed in a sense because they're innocent until proven guilty. The future is different to the past. And so 16 lives and he sees Goku. The program to kill Goku is dead. And so what happens is, and Bulma removes all the bombs, and they become a productive part of society. 17 goes off and becomes Park Ranger. AM16 does the same as well. 18 stays around Capsule Corp and around the area, and slowly but surely she falls in love with Krillin. So that all goes down like the jazz that it is. Now what goes by is, after the next 2 years, because they all happened in the first year, everyone's gotten stronger to the point where Goku's upgraded everyone, and he's found this Cell from the future as well, and Goku's already killed him as well. So there's no future Cell, and there's no Cell from this time period as we speak. And so what goes down is when the androids begin to accustom themselves in this time period, what ends up happening is their Cell from their future, or the Cell from their time period, and the Cell from the future can no longer harm them at all, to the point where they live absolute lives. But what goes down is Goku trains with 17 to the point where 17 becomes super duper strong. And so as all the Saiyans get stronger, they move through relative peace all the way up to the Buu Saga. And this is when they train ridiculously. Vegeta has cracked onto Super Saiyan 3 at this time. So has what's it called, Raditz. Gohan's potential is just incredible, but he doesn't train as much and fight as much, so he's probably the third strongest. Goten's born, his powers eclipse Raditz and Nappa, or his power eclipse Nappa at least. What happens is Vegeta's buzzed out how powerful Kakarot's sons are, but he's fine with it. He's got Bulma, he's got Trunks, and he's got Bulla, so they all start to become one big unit, one really powerful big unit. So when the time of the Buu Saga appears, everyone is dramatically stronger, and as Goku and them are approached by Shin upon what's going to happen with the tournament ahead of them. And this is where I'm going to leave this one off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one off. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And also follow this one off on Thursday when it comes out, okay guys? But yeah, I hope you guys are liking this new schedule. I'm liking it. And I hope you guys all take care, okay guys? And as usual guys, this is Dr. Kahu saying peace.